Thanks for joining us on ntTV News at Noon. I'm Michael Matthews.
And I'm Hannah Gonzalez, and welcome to the Great State Fair, Texas.
We have so much to show you over the next half hour, and with the weather improving each passing hour, you're going to want to come out to the fair and enjoy everything it has to offer.
We're also glad to be back at the State Fair since last year was a washout due to COVID-19. The pandemic has had an impact on businesses and events around the world, and the fair was no different. The State Fair has a huge economic impact in our area, bringing in more than $67 million.
So with that kind of
Thanks, Hannah and Michael. While there are only 3 days left of the Texas State Fair, it's been reported that more than 250 vaccinations have been received since the first day. Officials say over 100 vaccinations have been received on the first day alone. The State Fair of Texas is offering vaccines on site and will provide $20 in fair coupons for those who get the shot. It operates from 10 p.m. to 6 p.m. It operates from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and it's free. The vaccination tent is located right behind Big Tex, and both Moderna and Pfizer shots will be available for any Dallas County resident. So if you're a Dallas County resident looking for your vaccine, go ahead and come to the Texas State Fair for some free food and some fun. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Chanel. Now that Chanel has told us about how to get vaccinated, let's talk about other ways to stay safe. First, at the park, you're going to need to wear a mask if you're vaccinated or not indoors. Outside, you only need to wear a mask if you're in crowded areas. If you take the DART to the State Fair, you need to make sure to bring a mask with you because it's required there. If you forget your mask and you're not taking the DART, though, you can pick up masks at the gate, so don't worry about that. Most importantly, if you are feeling unwell or you've had contact with somebody who has been feeling unwell or tested positive, please stay home. And so now you have a good idea on how to stay safe. Let's talk about why you come to the State Fair in the first place.
That's right, Michael. The fair offers a variety of fun things to do with your family and friends, and ntTV's Michaela Goose made the perfect guide for the fair. Let's take a look.
Howdy, folks. The State Fair of Texas is back. But how are you going to spend your long day at the fair? I've got your answers.
First things first, coupons. There are multiple locations to get coupons across Fair Park. You need these to buy food or play any of the games on the midway. And don't worry, coupons do roll over if you come back another time. Now that you have your coupons, let's eat. There are more options this year than ever, including some you've never heard of. Most everything is fried, of course. While you're munching, head over to the shopping center for out-of-the-world finds, or should I say, out of the country. At Global Antiques, you can find handcrafted novelties from across Africa, and down the row is a colorful display of handmade candies and nuts. You can also find everything from steel costumes for your water bottles to coasters of your dog.
Now, after you gorge yourself on Fletcher's corn dogs and some fried Oreos, what are you going to do? You're going to head on over to the Midway and play any of the amazing games. My personal favorite, and the easiest, Fish the Frogs.
While you're on the Midway, make sure to try your hand at any of the amazing games. Then, take in the beautiful sights of the Ferris wheel from the Texas Skywalk. At night, everything is lit up and gorgeous. And if you have the chance to catch any of the amazing local bands at any of the 5 stages at Fair Park, have a drink and take in the talent.
And there it is, the perfect day at the State Fair of Texas. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my 3rd round of fried Oreos of the day, and I hope you all have a howdy day. From ntTV News, I'm Michaela Goose.
Hannah, let me tell you, last time I was here, it was absolutely pouring.
Yep.
Doesn't look to be the case right now, does it?
I know. I was scared it was going to rain all day today, but it's looking pretty good. So let's hand it over to our weather anchor, Justine Ahrens, to see what we should expect for the rest of the day.
Well, Hannah and Michael, it seems as though the rain has stopped for today. Right now, it's 75 degrees, feeling like 75 degrees as well, with cloudy conditions and wind speeds of 6 miles per hour.
On to tonight, we can expect much of the same, with temperatures being 76 degrees and it feeling like 74 degrees, with cloudy conditions and more of those 6-mile-per-hour wind speeds. On to tomorrow, we can expect sunny conditions all day. Throughout the day, 10 a.m. will be 74, 2 p.m. will be 75, and 6 p.m. will be 72. Wind speeds should be 10 to 18 miles per hour. That's all I have for right now, but tune in later for a full weather report.
Thanks, Justine. Our fair is the longest running fair in the country. It's been around for 135 years, and millions of people come out every year to Dallas to attend, and it continues to thrive. ntTV's Michelle Brooks has what keeps the fair and the history rich.
Now, there is a lot of history behind the fair, but there is also so much history that lives right here in the Hall of State. The museum is home to over 4 centuries of Texas history, heroism, and achievement, and has been on site since 1936.
This year we have this state fair of the past. In this hall up here we have a lot of stuff about the memorabilia of all the fairs since the 1900s. It was pretty cool stuff.
Now, if you know anything about the fair at all, then you know your first stop needs to be Fletcher's Corny Dogs. Back in 1942, when they got here, they were only 15 cents a piece, but today you can get them for 7 coupons.
Big Tex Circle is where you can find a staple to the fair since 1952, when the first Big Tex was installed. He stood at 52 feet tall and wore size 70 cowboy boots. It was actually here on the last Friday of the fair in 2012, the beloved character burst in flames. So, in true Texan fashion, the fair debuted a bigger and better Big Tex in 2013. The one that stands here today is 55 feet tall and wears a custom pair of size 96 Lucchese boots.
If you're a sports fan, it might be the Cotton Bowl or the OU Texas rivalry football game bringing you back to the fair. But before the Cotton Bowl stood here, it was a horse race track.
In 1930, when gambling was outlawed in Texas, the park built its first stadium and has been hosting Cotton Bowl games here since 1937.
If it's the family fun bringing you to the fair this year, you'll have to head on over to Midway, where over 70 rides are featured. New this year are the Moonraker and the Log Flume. But you can't miss a chance to ride on the 36-year-old Texas Star Ferris wheel either.
For ntTV News, I'm Michelle Brooks.
5 years here at the fair, and this is definitely a Texas tradition you don't want to miss out on. Later on, we'll tell you a story that may pull some strings.
And the State Fair is offering some amazing deals that you simply have to take advantage of. Stick with us. mom in California is facing charges after hosting parties for her 14-year-old son, where police say the teens were having sex and drinking alcohol. CNN reporter Amanda Castillo can tell us more.
Shannon O'Connor, the Los Gatos mother, is accused of throwing drunken parties where she encouraged young teens to participate in sex acts, sometimes non-consensual and sometimes while she watched. The teens, mostly 14 and 15 years old, included her own son. According to the Santa Clara County District Attorney's Office, O'Connor would use Snapchat or text to invite them to her home, warning the teens to keep silent or she could go to jail. Court documents outline 39 criminal counts O'Connor now faces, from felony child endangerment and sexual assault to multiple misdemeanor charges of child molestation and providing alcohol to minors. Criminal attorney and former prosecutor Stephen Clark weighed in.
This is someone who appears to have premeditated these events for some particular purpose. And I think the DA's office is just at the tip of the iceberg with these charges.
Investigators say the parties spanned from June 2020 to May 2021 and often involved O'Connor pushing the teens to drink until they became sick or blacked out. The DA's office says some of the assaults against the young victims happened while they were drunk.
It is going to be a very challenging case because the minors that are involved may have also engaged in criminal behavior.
Documents show teens also told authorities drinking led to heavy vomiting, a broken finger, and a girl reporting she almost drowned in a hot tub. In a release, DA Jeff Rosen said it took a lot of brave children to come forward and to untangle this deeply disturbing case. In another case, the DA's office says O'Connor let a teen drive her SUV in the Los Gatos High parking lot while two other teens held onto the back. One fell off, knocked unconscious. The Los Gatos Saratoga Union High School District declined to comment on the case, but said in a statement it works closely with law enforcement to support investigations into matters that take place outside of school. The district adding parents and families also play a crucial role in setting clear expectations for the behavior of our young people and in monitoring their activities. O'Connor is awaiting extradition from Idaho. In the South Bay, I'm Amanda Del Castillo, ABC 7 News.
Police are investigating a series of murders throughout the Metroplex. The bodies of 3 women and 1 man have been discovered in the past 48 hours. The man, the first body found, was located in Haltom City under the Denton North East Loop 820 bridge on October 13th at 1 a.m. The first woman was found at an apartment complex on the intersection of Turtle Creek Boulevard and Stonebridge Drive. The second woman on Hampton and Leith Drive, and the third woman on the hotel at Stemmons Freeway and Inwood Road. Police say there is no evidence yet that any of the murders are related. Citizens around Plano are in celebration mode, and that's because their city was recognized as the safest city in Texas, according to a study done by WalletHub.com. The study consisted of 44 different categories, like the death rate due to COVID, the quality of the streets, and of course, the crime rate. Many different cities across the Metroplex made the list, like Grand Prairie ranking at 72 and Dallas ranking in at 167. What is the safest place to live in the nation? That honor goes to Columbia in Maryland.
What a great way to start your day. One Arlington citizen just claimed in the Texas scratch-off game Lotteria. The ticket was purchased at a Circle K on Beltline in Grand Prairie, and the winner chooses to stay anonymous. That $1 million winner should really come out to the fair now that the weather's clearing up.
Yes, Hannah. For a second there, I thought that we were going to get rained out last night, but apparently not. Let's see if our meteorologist Justine Ahrens can tell us some more about what's on our way. Justine?
Yes, Michael and Hannah, the weather does seem to be clearing up a bit, which is great if you're planning on heading to the state fair. Temperatures across North Texas are looking pretty good too, with temperatures ranging in the 70s. In Denton, Texas, it's 70 degrees, McKinney 73, Dallas 75, and Fort Worth 74. Now we're seeing those 70-degree temperatures across the state of Texas as well, with Amarillo being 72, El Paso being 72 as well, and Austin being 71. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. As you can see, for most of the week, we are going to experience temperatures ranging in the 70s, with an exception for next Tuesday having a high of 80 degrees, and lows ranging from high 40s to low 60s. Conditions are expected to go in and out of being sunny and cloudy. Now that's all I have for the full weather. Don't forget to head over to the State Fair. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Justine. I'm glad to hear the weather is clearing up because we only have 4 days left till the State Fair closes for the year. So if you are looking to go, the State Fair does offer several deals. For example, Thrifty Thursdays, where you can enjoy all of the food there for a reduced price.
And if you're only able to go after work, everyone pays only $10 after 5 p.m. They also offer a senior discount where all senior citizens over 60 years old get in for only $5. You can also purchase your ticket online for only $10 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And lastly, for the weekend, they also offer $7 off the interest prize for all first responders. Current and former military members also get $7 off during the weekend. Well, clearly, the State Fair is something you don't really want to miss out on. There's just so much life and culture, and it is currently Hispanic Heritage Month. To celebrate the rich Hispanic culture here at the fair, one event just may pull some strings. ntTV's Naomi Sanchez has more.
Well, it's State Fair season, and a show you cannot miss this year is one that brings to life Latin culture with over 100 puppets called Fiesta de Marionetas.
Located right in the middle of Fair Park, a beautiful combination of art and culture come together to bring audiences at the State Fair of Texas a touch of Latin heritage.
Fiestas de Marionetas, first and foremost, it's a puppet show, and the puppets are string puppets, marionettes, puppets on strings, and they're all handmade. And the show was commissioned by the State Fair for the 2019 year, and that was to feature Latin American heritage, Hispanic heritage.
What makes this show even more special is the variety of characters that are featured within every performance, turning this small stage into a celebration of diversity.
We do have mariachis, we have folklorico dancers, we have dancing flowers, we have piñatas, living piñatas, puppet piñatas, but we also have some celebrities. So we have some celebrity luchadores, we have Selena. I'll go ahead and give that away. She's a pretty big crowd pleaser.
Apart from the many traditional characters featured, a lot of detail goes into making these intricate puppets. From the designing to the painting and even the costume creation, it takes months and many different artists to complete even a single character.
Well, they're special because they are all one of a kind. We make everything ourselves. They're all designed. The set, all the puppets are designed and built by the same artist. It takes months, and it takes several different artists and a variety of materials. We use Texas basswood. We use deep sea fishing line. It breaks all the time. We use oak, we use ash, and we also use rigid latex, like a really hard rubber for their faces, hands, and feet.
So come along, grab a funnel cake or turkey leg and experience a show like no other. Located in this small village at the McDonald's Amphitheater, just down the road from Big Tex.
Wow, Kent, this is truly an amazing piece of art. The puppets are so intricate. It's definitely a show people cannot miss here at the State Fair. But tell me, what is something you want our viewers to know about Fiesta de Marionetas?
Oh, that you can come and see Selena any day of the fair. We have 4 shows a day, beginning at 11 and ending at 5 or 6, depending upon if it's a weekday or a weekend.
Sounds good, guys. You have to come check it out.
What a great story and a great show for family.
Absolutely. One more thing families can look forward to at the State Fair is tasty food. Each year, vendors create new, fresh ideas for fair food, and I had the chance to check out some of the food over at Smoky John's. The State Fair of Texas is known for big techs, thrilling rides, live music, and good food. For many visitors, 2 longtime staples of State Fair cuisine have been Ruth's Tamales and Smoky John's Barbecue. The stands have won several Big Tex Choice Awards for dishes like fried jello.
Our 2 finalists for 2021, which is the brisket brittle and the crispy crazy corn. So the brisket brittle is an idea of our pastry chef in our restaurant. She's always wanting to make a brittle, but we take out the peanuts and put brisket instead. The crispy crazy corn is actually an idea that I had. Put some pulled pork on, pineapple coleslaw with an apple cider vinaigrette dressing, and we top it off with a little bit of a jalapeno crema, which just gives a little zing.
Both the brisket brittle and crispy crazy corn are located at Ruth's Tamales.
That's more like fair foods, and then Smoky John's is more traditional barbecue options.
Either way, visitors are in for a treat. You can get your tamales, you can get your barbecue, you can get your crazy corn, you can get your meat brittle, all good. Reporting for ntTV News, I'm Michael Matthews. When we return, we have some big updates in the world of sports.
And if you're coming to the fair, make sure you visit the Texas Star. Stay with us.
What goes around and around and around, and if you look out, you can see all of Dallas.
Well, Michael, I think I have an idea of what you're talking about, but let's hand it over to ntTV Chanel Young for the definite answer. Chanel.
Hey, Hannah and Michael, you're right. I have the answer. While most people may call it a Ferris wheel, here in Texas, we know and love it as the Texas Star. My colleague Alyssa Weems will tell us the story of our famous star. Thanks, Alyssa. Okay, so I think I'm gonna head out to the Texas Star and get a ride myself. Thanks so much and see you guys later.
Thanks, Chanel. Well, you guys can't see, but right now we're right underneath the Cotton Bowl, and it's a famous football stadium. But today, our news isn't so much in the world of football as it is the world of basketball.
That's right, Michael. Let's hand it over to our sports anchor, Jalen Jackson, to see what the sports world is doing right now.
That's right. When we come back to you, we'll have a little bit about UNT, an update on John Gruden, and also an NBA player who became ineligible by choice. Stick with us. Green will be facing off against the Marshall Thundering Herd this week. As of last week, the Mean Green is on a 4-game losing streak. They didn't fare too well against the Missouri Tigers, losing by 13 points. Now, there's good and bad coming out of that. The good is that the Mean Green actually kept up and it showed promise, but the bad is we still lost. Now, the Mean Green will be playing the Thundering Herd tomorrow at Apogee at 7 o'clock. I'm going for the Mean Green, but I believe this season can be turned upside down. Brooklyn Nets guard Kyrie Irving says that he is unvaccinated on Wednesday, a day after his team said the 7-time All-Star will not be allowed to begin play this season because of his status. Until Tuesday, Irving refused to disclose his vaccination status, but what confirmed his status was Nets general manager Sean Marks saying that Kyrie Irving would not be able to play nor practice with the team until he meets eligibility requirements. The NBA warned the Nets as well as the New York Knicks and the Golden State Warriors that new COVID-19 protocols set by local governments will prohibit any unvaccinated players from playing in home games in New York City and in San Francisco. And to add to the fallout in the John Gruden case, the gaming company who makes popular games such as Madden, EA Sports, will be removing former head coach John Gruden from Madden NFL 22. Gruden resigned as head coach of the Raiders following homophobic, racist, and misogynistic emails uncovered as a part of an NFL investigation into the workplace misconduct at the Washington football team. EA Sports says that they are committed to taking action in maintaining a culture of inclusion and equity, and they will be replacing Gruden with a generic character. Earlier this week, Gruden was also removed from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Ring of Honor following his resignation.
As we talked about earlier, food is famous here at the State Fair of Texas. I'm just curious, what are y'all looking forward to trying?
Well, I heard about a pineapple man. I definitely want to stop there. Justine?
Eyeing those turkey legs over there.
I might go for a fried cheesecake.
I love it.
That sounds good. I know that close to us there is crispy crazy corn, there's brisket brittle, there's a lot of interesting things going on here.
Definitely. So
But-
let's go run. Thanks for watching ntTV Noon at News.
Join us again tonight where our 6 p.m. newscast will be here at the State Fair of Texas.